This on paper was exciting, but I don't think anyone could have expected.
Well, Pettis was a 385 underdog, huge underdog. I loved his game plan from the beginning. I'm assuming, I don't know this, but Duke Rufus studied, Wonder Boy, and the way that he jumps with his karate move, it's hard to block leg kicks. So he started busting up the legs early, both legs on the outside, on the inside, to try to slow him down so that he could punch with him. Think about this. Anthony Pettis, who's 155 and moved up at 170, was able to do what Woodley couldn't do twice. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And
Tyron's at the desk.
I'm not ragging on Tyron, which is going to be the thing that comes out of this. But what Pettis did tonight is unbelievable against a bigger. Look at the size difference in these two tonight.
Yeah. I've got to know how you feel about that performance here in Nashville.
You know what? Wonder Boy's a gamer, man. He didn't have to take the fight against me. That was for him. It was just he had nothing to win, and I felt amazing, man. The weight cut, the energy, just everything. And he was very long. I didn't expect his hands to be that long, so I didn't want to exchange with him the boxing too soon because I knew I had to open up with the leg kicks first. Stuck to the game plan. He hit my nose up pretty good. It wasn't an easy win. I just feel good. It just feels good to be where I'm at.
Like this move for Pettis? I mean, he just said Gaethje Barboza. He called out the winner of that one. Do you like that matchup?
Listen, I like any matchup for him after what he did tonight. Very impressive game plan. He came in, he executed. Wonder Boy was busting him up in the first round, the second round. He kept his composure, stuck to the game. I'm assuming what was the game plan, I don't know that, but he looked damn good tonight.
We've got Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington. Has anything been announced there? Is there a date?
The welterweight division has never been more exciting. I mean, it is so stacked and exciting right now. No, I don't think we've announced that date yet, but that's the next fight. As soon as Usman is better, he just had double hernia surgery. As soon as he's better from that fight will be made, and there's so many great matchups in that division right now.
So after the fight, obviously, you mentioned some names that you'd be interested in fighting. Is there anyone that's atop the list?
Well, Conor McGregor just put a tweet out, so yeah. I mean that's a fun fight. Another guy that I love his style. Like another guy's gonna be a fun style to fight. So if he wants to do it, let's do it. I'm not afraid to fight anybody.
It seems like this is a common thing with Conor, though. Someone wins a big fight in the main event, he gets on Twitter and calls them up, but he hasn't been booked. It seems like there's nothing official.
Yeah, I don't.
So
you know what?
Is this realistic?
I don't follow Conor McGregor. I'm not I think he's a great fighter. I think he's done some amazing stuff in the sport, but I'm not gonna wait for him. If it's not him, next guy in line.
If that Conor fight did materialize, where would you like to see it happen?
170. Yeah, 170. We're both natural, I think, there, and it would be a better fight. 155, we got to cut. It's not for a title. Why cut?
Obviously, the Conor fight would be top of the list if it could happen. But RDA responded as well. He said, after Kevin Lee, he'd love to do that one. Are you just open to pretty much anything besides, Woodley or Askren at this point?
Yeah, I won't fight Askren. Askren and Woodley are my teammates, man. I've been training with Askren so long, and Woodley, that's my boy too. 170, them two. Even Masvidal, another guy that I wouldn't fight at 170 unless it really made sense. He'll fight it. I mean, it's not like we wouldn't do it. It's just sure. There's so many other guys for me right now, man. There's so many guys at 170. It's open. It's open for you right now.
Yeah. Any ideas when you would like to fight again?
July.
Yeah.
July. I want to fight July, International Fight Week. Yep. Yeah. Staying busy this year. I want 3 big fights.
What's up, y'all? Oh, man. Yeah, this sucks. I'd rather be on FaceTime with you guys after a win, but not only did I lose, but I got knocked out. Dang it. 80 fights, and this first time this had to happen. Anyway, I'm fine. We must have, I don't even remember a dang thing. I remember him being bloodied up, bloody nose, and just blood being all over my leg. And then next thing you know, I'm back in the back with Tony and my mom and dad and Chris Weidman. Like, I don't remember a dang thing. John Sweeney, just a minor mistake, big bro. Thanks, John. Dang, I know, man. Like, I was piecing him up in the first round. Like, I was tearing him with the jab. I was trying to break his arms with the roundhouse kick, man. But the side kick, I guess I didn't turn my hip over enough, and he drilled me with a right hand. And I was sitting there thinking the first round, like, his punches were slow. And he punches me with that, hits me with that. The heck? Like, I don't remember anything.
Where does he go from here, Anthony Pettis? You know, he mentioned, I could possibly go back down to lightweight. There are some fights at welterweight that intrigue him. Conor McGregor, it seemed like, maybe tweeted that he would be interested in that fight. If you're Anthony Pettis, what do you do?
If I'm Anthony Pettis, I just deny all fights. I go straight for Conor McGregor. If that fight's not available due to whatever reason, then I may be looking at a Jorge Masvidal fight if I want to fight at 70. If you want to fight at lightweight, a Gaethje fight or Barboza. Barboza is a fight that he lost. You always want to get back that loss. So that fight makes sense. So those are the 2 to 3 fights that I would look at if I was Anthony Pettis.
It feels so good to shut him up. Big Titty, go home. Go home, work on your wrestling. Go home.
You obviously said a lot to him after the fight. What compelled you to just, not let the performance do the talking, but say a little more after the fact?
He disrespected my father. That's really, I was all good until then, but when he disrespected my father, I held on to that.
That became personal?
Yes.
Did that affect your performance at all? Or
No. Had it affected my performance, I probably wouldn't have wrestled. I probably would have went in there and been stupid and trying to swing and knock him out. I just wanted to win.
It sounded like you had a couple names in mind for your next fight. You want to just, say
Junior,
those names again?
Stipe, Derek Lewis. Basically, anyone ranked above me.
How quickly are you looking to get back in?
We'll see how the foot feels. I really don't have no demands. I don't have no plans. I want to enjoy this night with my father, my mother, my brothers and sisters, and just enjoy this W.
Seems like Derek is about to get surgery this week, so he's probably going to be out for most of the year. Yeah, he's got a torn ACL, it sounds like. So.
I did not know that. Okay, well, I guess he's out.
Yeah.
So either Stipe or JDS.
Yeah. Do you think Stipe needs to take a fight like someone like you at some point? Because he's been waiting out, since he lost to Delta Cormier. It seems like he's really hoping for that rematch. Do you think he needs to get in there and fight so he doesn't kind of get forgotten at this point?
Stipe's a grown man. He has a family, so he knows what he has to do to provide for his family. I'm not going to tell him what he needs to do. I respect him, and I guess I respect his camp and whatever they're planning. If he does choose to get back in there, I'd be honored if I was one of those guys.
In the co-main event, Curtis Blaydes got it done using his wrestling. He set a new heavyweight takedown record. He now holds the record for the most takedowns in UFC heavyweight history. Thoughts on his performance tonight?
I think the fact that my biggest takeaway from this fight is his fact to stay focused and not to allow his emotional set to take him over, his emotions to take him over, because it was a lot of jarring, it was a lot of talking, a lot of back and forth, a lot of trash. So when you think about the fight, and it's a fight in the octagon, it's not all physical, it's mental. And for him to be able to stay focused, go out there and implement a game plan, there's moments where he could have, went there and got into the slugfest. He could have jumped in the telephone booth and said, let's get this on. But he stayed disciplined, he stayed strict to that game plan, took him down time and time again. Now he has the most takedowns in heavyweight UFC history. And I think that just shows a dedication, shows a strong camp, and shows that he's really buying into what they're telling him, and he's buying into the product they're selling.
Well, let's talk about Maycee Barber, because I know you've been high on her, and man, she wasn't winning the fight, and then somehow she flipped a switch and came out with the TKO.
Again, much like the Pettis fight, Maycee Barber got destroyed in the first round. JJ was picking her apart, stayed composed, went back to her corner, came out and took the fight over in the second round like a pro. You know what I mean? So it was very impressive to see her go through that instead of, she's undefeated 6-0 and just, ripping through people. She had to overcome some adversity in the first round. Unbelievable. She looked great. Really happy for her.
for the winner by unanimous decision, Jussier Formiga!
Jussier Formiga. He continues to win. He says, what more do I have to do to get Henry Cejudo? With all of this stuff with Dillashaw going down, what is next for Cejudo?
I now have a plan.
What is it?
I didn't have a plan before, now I have a plan. You know, it looks like we're going to do the Marias Cejudo fight. They both want that fight really bad. Seems like a good fight to make with the whole Dillashaw thing now. And then you do him versus Benavidez on the same card. Anything goes wrong, one of them can step up and take the fight. And then the winner of that fight is the guaranteed #1 contender for the next shot.